Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Smash Dispatch Dispatch podcast.
That's how long it's been. We've forgotten the title of the show.
God damn it. The Smash Dispatch podcast. Yeah, sorry guys for like the 3 week. I think it's been like 3 weeks. There was like 1 week where like there was just we got distracted. Another week where I had to edit the Fidel Direct. Another week we're showing them. But now we are back in full force, and this time our subject is going to be Smash Ultimate Bosses. But first, how you doing, Ultima? What's going on with you?
Good. I know we've just been really busy. A lot of stuff is going down recently, so but I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be talking about Smash again. You know, we're all just waiting. We're all just in the waiting room. You know.
Yeah, we're all in the waiting room. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny actually. I was playing the past few days. I've been playing Smash online just with friends, 4 players, and it's just been like all items, like pure chaos, Smash Ball and everything. It's like it really is that funny thing of sometimes like it's so cool to just play that every once in a while and just feel like the chaos that Smash can be.
Yeah, you gotta, you know, I agree. Sometimes you just gotta like change up like the way you play it. I think that's one of the best things about Smash is that, you know, there's so many different ways to play because, you know, so let's say you're getting really burnt out just doing 1v1s and playing seriously. You can just have a fun time, play items, do whatever, and it will feel like a different experience. But it will just, you know, you're still playing Smash.
Exactly. Yeah, because you still have that fun, just nature of the gameplay style and everything. And speaking of 4 players versus 1v1s, we do have a new translation column by Sakurai. Do you want to go ahead and tell us what's in there, sir?
Yeah, so, you know, Push Dustin and Safazan always do the translations for these, and the most recent one is actually super interesting because it's discussing about actually online play and how they were trying to improve it. So, first it starts off with them talking about how they have input delay, like they are aware of the input delay in 1v1 modes, but they try to make it minimal.
Right.
And they're still trying to make adjustments and optimizations. We know that in the last patch, actually, the small Battlefield patch, they actually did make some slight adjustments. So we do know that they are trying to improve it, like we said. Then they mentioned that that a lot of stuff is client-side, and that they did consider rollback netcode, but it was difficult to implement, or it wasn't possible to implement. And I'll say this straight up, a lot of people are taking this the wrong way. They're saying like, oh, well, what do you mean you can't just implement it? But I think, you know, what we've alluded to before, and what I think is also the case, is what we've said is he still has to work within the like limitations of Nintendo's own online service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't know what that means in terms of like how do servers work? What, you know, is it player side? You know, because you still need a lot of that aspect. And like I don't remember like who said it, but it basically is like a rollback netcode with somebody who has a terrible connection is still bad. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Well, not just that. Like he was saying how like he said in the comment that it would have a lot of side effects, and I think that has to do with the fact that Smash isn't just a traditional 1v1 fight. I mean, there's 4 players, there's items, there's crazy moving stages. So I think it's because of the nature of the game having a shit ton of like different parameters and stuff like that makes it a little harder to implement that style.
Yeah, because we don't know, like, okay, rollback makes sense when it's a 1v1 scenario and there's only inputs being calculated, right? But in Smash, you have like aspects of the stage itself. You have items. How do you roll back that? Like
exactly.
I totally understand now from that perspective. Like rollback is about like trying to match player inputs. I don't even know if rollback has anything to like necessarily guarantee what happens with third parties, like assist trophies, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I think the biggest challenge. But again, like it's nice to hear them just like talk about online and 1v1 and making the experience better. Again, we had that little update, but it's cool to see them like talk about it and like seeing that they really want to continuously get better. Because obviously before it felt like in Smash 4, before that, like online was just there and it kind of just was there to be there. Whereas now it feels like at least they're actively trying to fix it. And also we did get we kind of have known this based on the last financial report that Smash was at like 19.9 million, but now he did confirm that Smash has hit 20 million units sold officially, which is insane. Best-selling fighting game of all time in less than 3 years, which is incredible.
Yeah, that is completely amazing, and you know, that definitely means that they're definitely getting the support and the resources to, you know, obviously keep on working on the game and make it better. So we still have so much DLC left. I'm sure that in the coming patches they're gonna try and make it as best as they can. Yeah,
there's still a lot of time for Smash Ultimate to grow and get better. I mean, hey, if there is some kind of direct in September, we might not be far away from finding out our next character as well.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, so anyways, yeah, so today's topic of the show that we want to go through is basically, I said earlier, Smash Ultimate bosses, but I meant Smash bosses in general, because Smash is such a different thing from other fighting games, as we always talk about, that like, usually in most other fighting games, sometimes it's not the case, most other fighting games, the final boss is like a character in the game. Like a very high level character, like a character that's basically
like a powered up version of a character.
Yeah, exactly. There's some games where there is like a big boss like that you can play as in the game, but for the most part it is. So Smash has always been special in the sense of, obviously, because of its nature of like, especially back then, more platformery, like fun battling systems and stuff. Like they implemented bosses, and it's been a mainstay in this series. So how do you feel just about Smash bosses in general?
I think Smash bosses are special because outside of stuff with like original characters, which we'll get to, but like most of the time Smash bosses are like very powerful video game bosses. Like, exactly. Iconic. Like, you know, you have like you know, you have Dracula now, but like, you know, Ridley, Rayquaza, like a lot of that stuff was started in Brawl. But like most of the time, like the bosses are like, you know, very big iconic video game bosses, and I think that's just really, really cool because it makes it a lot more special. You know?
Yeah, it's super dope. Like, I've always loved bosses. It's kind of that cool feeling, like you go into like whatever single player campaign there is, or classic mode or whatever, and just getting to the end. And again, there's something just satisfying about fighting a boss in the game. But yeah, in a game like Smash, some of the bosses can be. I can't wait to go through the list of them, because some of them can be fun, some of them can be really annoying, but we'll go through them. So let's start. I have a list here of all the bosses across the series. So let's start with the OGs, Master Hand and Crazy Hand.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. Like, I would argue that if you were to pick one character, a lot of people would say Mario, and that's fair. But I feel like if you're going to pick a character that's like the face of Smash in terms of like just Smash in general, I feel like you'd have to pick Master Hand, right? I mean, that's just the iconic. It's the select glove, technically. Like, there's a bit of lore behind them. So, yeah, Master Hand, iconic. Like, such an iconic character, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, Master Hand, especially back in N64, like, it's that boss that is original to Smash and has stayed throughout the entire series, right? It's not like Taboo or Master Core or the World of Light, which is new, where like they're one and done. It's like the Master Hand, Crazy Hand, they always stick around, and it's always been cool to see them evolve throughout the games. Like they have like new special attacks and moves every game, right? Like I think it's in which one did they add? Like I know they added like the one where like he has the lasers coming out of the hands. I don't know if that's in the original. Is it? I
think the lasers started in Melee, actually.
Melee, like, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they really changed. Like, the bosses are constantly evolving. Yeah.
Sometimes they'll do like the rocket punch. They'll do like the teleporting moves, or like the giant fist from the top to the bottom. It's like
like comparing Master Hand even from Melee to like now, it's like not even the same. Like they do so much different stuff.
Yeah.
I would say that, like, at least in my head, the incarnation that like sticks out to me the most is probably a Melee one, only because, you know, he was such a more common boss. In Melee, like, you know, everyone's classic mode ended with Master Hand, and that's just, you know, like what I would remember the most about it, you know.
Yeah, and also like just Crazy Hand in general just freaks me out. Like the way the the way the hand moves super quickly and the fingers, it's actually like really disturbing.
I always liked Crazy Hand because I always like Crazy Hand because he's the destruction one. Like I think that was what they intended. I think Master Hand is the right hand, and it's the creator hand, and then Crazy Hand in a lot of its attacks is like blowing stuff up or like destroying things, and it's the crazy left hand, you know?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So there's like a little bit of symbolism there too. But I always like the attack from Crazy Hand that I always thought was so funny, even as a kid, was where he'd lay down and just spaz on the floor.
It's so creative. He just lays on the stage and fucking moves around. Like, it's fucking horrifying, man. Fuck that shit.
He just has a seizure or something on the floor. So it's just so funny to me. Like, there's a lot of creativity because like these are the hands that are like messing around. Like if you think about like them as like controlling the trophies as figures, you know what I mean?
It's it's disturbing.
And I don't even think he changed that much from Melee to Brawl, but I think like the biggest shift was in Smash 4. Like he did a lot of like weird stuff. Like both of them did a lot. There's a lot of weird attacks in Smash 4.
Oh yeah.
Like there was like the balloons. I think he like threw like the
he
balloons
threw these like balls at you that would
4.
like bounce, right? Like he threw these like bouncing like nebulous ball attacks that would come at you.
Yeah, the ball attacks.
Those were
and then
really
he had like the cool attacks with Crazy Hand where they would like fist bump each other too.
Yeah. That's really funny.
There was a lot of like cool stuff in Smash 4, and I'm glad that they kept that in Ultimate too. They added more weird stuff. Like I think the one where like in Ultimate where like Master Hand like he brushes his finger on the ground,
right?
And makes, like, spikes.
Yeah, that's sick. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And there's also, I mean, like, it'd be weird to not mention that it was so fucking cool and weird in Smash World of Light when we got to play as Master Hand, which was like crazy.
Yeah, that was so cool. Before you could only do that with like hacking, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like that was so cool. Just like wipe a bunch of characters off the stage and do the attacks yourself. Like what a satisfying like small thing. I mean, we could get into that sometime when we talk about World of Light, but really cool that a boss that has been part of the series the whole time got a chance to be playable in some capacity finally, legitimately at least.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool that like they added, you know, more lore to like the hands. Like there's more than one. Like you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I like to think that it represents all the players, you know?
yeah. There's always some crazy fucking theories about the hands.
Because the hands also were. I mean, Master Hand was also in Subspace 2, and Taboo was controlling them.
You're right. Yeah. Exactly.
So it's interesting how like this character who doesn't speak and doesn't really have like a set backstory is still like. You know, and like still has like its own sort of lore to him. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And then a boss that has appeared in Melee and in Ultimate only, Giga Bowser. Giga Bowser also like one of the OG kind of bosses. Giga Bowser is also horrifying. Like I'll never forget seeing him in Melee for the first time and being like, this is so fucking scary. Like. Because you just don't see Bowser. Like, Bowser in, like, all the Mario games is, like, a very... Like, Giga Bowser looks nothing like Bowser. Even, like... Because we've seen a giant Bowser in, like, Mario Galaxy. Or even, like, in some way in Mario 64, he's, like, really big. But it's, like, we've seen giant Bowsers in traditional Mario games. But I don't know... Giga Bowser has always been really fucking scary. The way he moves his attacks, like, are so... He's really aggressive. Like, you have, like, his giant spin and his spikes are, like... The spikes on his back are way creepier and everything about him. Like, what? He's just weird, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny because we mentioned earlier how, like, it's usually not, like, we were saying, like, oh, well, most fighting games have, like, a boss character who's just a powered-up version of a character.
Yeah.
I like to think that, you know, it's no secret that Sakurai loves fighting games.
Yeah.
I feel like Giga Bowser, his sort of like nod to like the traditional fighting game boss. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, it's Bowser, but this time like he's back and he's super powerful, and this is his, you know, super powerful mode. You know, where he's like he's like completely broken. And he has all these like powerful abilities. Blah blah blah. Because I remember as a kid like. I didn't think Giga Bowser was scary, but I thought it was like, holy shit, this is insane. Like this is crazy. What am I looking at? You know what I mean? Like, and then. remember that one event mode where like you had to fight Giga Bowser, Ganondorf, and Mewtwo on Final Destination?
Yeah, that shit.
I was like, oh, this is like the most intense battle. Like, I remember like thinking that was like such a hard fight and like being super satisfied when I beat that. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and then like that, it is actually kind of cool. Like he transitioned to being a like a transformation mode.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. Cause then because they brought him back as a playable like as a boss again in Ultimate, which is really cool. Like it was cool to see like a modern look for him and fighting him again. I was like, oh, okay, this feels old school to bring it back to the OG, and obviously it looks way better now. I think the old character model looks way more like horrifying just because it's an old character model, which is now like, yeah, it's still creepy, but like it has like a cooler aesthetic to it.
Yeah, it has its charm. The newer one is definitely a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
And I wish, well, I know you fought it before online, but
I know.
But yeah, it was while I did really like transforming and controlling Giga Bowser as like a final smash. I do agree. Like I kind of like it, like not as just a big punch because it's easier to get kills with.
Yeah,
you don't have to like chase people down, etc., etc.
Yeah,
but
especially in like big stages, it can be like you're like just slowly walking someone, you're never gonna hit him.
Right.
Yeah. And then now we have a lot of bosses that do not make a return to other games. So we have PD Piranha, who was only in Brawl, the first boss, I believe, like in the Brawl subspace. PD Piranha has always been funny. It was, I mean, obviously, it's so cool that Piranha Plant's Final Smash is PD Piranha coming back with the 2 cages. But yeah, like,
even with the cages, yeah, I love that. I love that.
Because it's so funny how I feel like there was a weird era in Nintendo where, like, from 2007 to like 2013, Nintendo really wanted PD Piranha to be like a thing, right? Like he was in Sunshine, he was in what's it called?
He was in Double Dash.
He was in Double Dash.
All the sports games had PD. They cut him from Mario Kart Wii, but from that period, he was a very prominent character. Yeah,
there was like a weird time where you associated PD Piranha with a bunch of Nintendo stuff, because like I feel like over the years we just see him less and less. I think we saw him in like Mario Tennis Aces recently.
Yeah, he was a boss in Aces, and then they made him playable later.
Yeah.
But that was like the last time he showed up.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's funny because like I really like I am actually a really big fan of PD Piranha. I like the character a lot, and I thought it was really cool that he was a boss. And I think like honestly, if you were to ask someone like, hey, name a boss from Subspace, most people are gonna say PD because
he's
not
the
only
first
is he
one,
the
right?
first one, but I feel like the moment where like you're in the stadium and then PD shows up, and you're like, whoa, what the hell? This is like because that was like Subspace was like, oh, we get to see all these characters interact, and that was a huge deal. And a lot of that aspect is like, oh, hey, what happens if their universes collide? And that's why all the bosses in Brawl that were like from other series were so cool,
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's something about PD, like it's such like a cool vibe too, where like he's got these 2 cages that he's like locking you up in. It's really fucking cool. I really love that shit. It's like a cool idea for a boss. It's very different than what you'd expect from a PD boss, but it's really cool that he's in there.
Yeah, it was like a more serious take on the character because he's a goofy character, but
absolutely.
he actually felt kind of menacing in Brawl.
Oh yeah,
he was so big, he roared. It was like whoa, because like in Sunshine he's a boss, sure, but it's like he's so goofy. Like come on,
And it's so funny how like he has Zelda and Peach capture in the campaign. Depending on which one you save is which trophy you get. Oh no, it's like wait,
and then they add to your party first. Yeah. It's
a really cool.
Who did you save? That's the real question.
I saved Peach. I had to save.
Yeah, of course you save Peach every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, Zelda sucks.
Zelda sucks. Yeah, you can save yourself, especially if it's what's it called, Twilight Princess Zelda.
Yeah, exactly.
And then another Pokemon that at the time just was so big and so beloved, Rayquaza. Rayquaza became a boss in Brawl. Has not returned ever since, which is crazy because like I
was really hoping.
Yeah.
Because World of Light felt like it would have been a perfect opportunity to have a Rayquaza fight again.
Oh yeah.
Because of the map,
He's relegated to I think that stage, the Kalos. Not the Kalos. Is it the Kalos?
Yeah, he's in the background of the Kalos.
Yeah, like he shows up as like a hazard. Like he he flies over you with electricity.
He actually, like, I think he does like the flyby, like he used to.
Yeah,
do
no,
in
he
Brawl,
flies
too.
by. Yeah, he does a flyby. He does a flyby, which is really cool. But yeah, so yeah,
I mean,
really
I'm
cool.
a very big Pokemon fan. I was hyped as hell. I was like, oh hell,
Oh, yeah.
and Rayquaza's sick.
Rayquaza's hella cool, dude.
I do wonder, like, you know, in retrospect, yeah, it is a very cool legendary, but like Gen 4 was the hot, you know, out at the time, and that was a hot release. So I'm kind of
Right.
like, so it's curious why they intentionally picked Rayquaza. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, what year? I mean, Gen 4, what year did it come out? Yeah, it came out in 2006. So obviously you assume they had like, it was like 2 years before Brawl came out where they thought of which characters to have in
And we had
stuff.
Spear Pillar and Lucario, so we had other Gen 4 stuff in the game.
That's
you know?
true. That's true. That is really
But
interesting.
I think maybe it was that they wanted to like represent Gen 3 because let's be honest, if you think about Pokemon, we've talked about this before. If you think about Pokemon in Smash, like Gen 3 is barely there. There's some songs, some Pokeballs, and Rayquaza, and that's it. You know
exactly,
what I mean?
Exactly.
So I do like that they did choose Rayquaza in that
he's
regard
really
because
cool.
Gen 3 definitely is underappreciated, but. Rayquaza, like, I always thought that was one of the more fun boss fights because you could rack up a ton of damage on him, but he was also very dangerous himself. Like, I
do
know
a bunch of cool moves.
the attack where he would, like, go into the ground and then dig up from upwards. I remember that attack being, like, that was so hard to avoid in like intense difficulty, you know what I mean?
And I love like what's it called? I love that grassy field you fight him in. Like it's not a playable stage, but it's like just like a really cool like there's the ocean behind you, which looks really fucking dope. There's that boss fight just felt really cool. And I think you fight him with like Diddy Kong and Fox in the campaign, right?
Fox. It was Fox and Diddy.
Yeah, so just, like, again, what a really cool fucking boss. I really did think it would come back for Ultimate, but it did not return. So another weird one is Porky. Porky from Mother 3, which was, like, I think this is the boss. I'd say 97% of people that played Smash Bros. Brawl had no idea which character this is. Even I didn't know at the time. I was like, what is this horrifying, like, giant spider thing?
I was not someone who was into Earthbound until way later. I mean, even after playing Smash, I just never thought to play Earthbound, you know? So I had no idea who Porky was. I mean, I assumed he was I think I was aware at least of Mother 3.
Right.
And, like, or in some capacity, I knew he was like a character from that, but I didn't really like understand like this whole connotation of him until like later, you know?
Right. It's like it really is like it's really interesting when you think of Smash Bros. And how like Earthbound is such a series that like had its NES and SNES run and then just has died ever since. But the fact that all the way to Brawl, Sakurai brought in Lucas and brought in a new boss from Mother, like really shows how much like he just loves that series, I guess. Because like again, like that's so random to bring out like so many years later when the franchise has zero relevance.
Yeah, I mean, Mother is such a big thing in Japan, but after the third game, like I think basically the Itoi was like, I'm kind of like done doing video games, and that's where it just ended there, you know. And I mean, they ended on an incredible note with Mother 3, but I think Porky, if you I think Porky is probably like my second favorite. Like I like Rayquaza the most as a boss, but I think Porky is number 2 because
Porky's
I think
sick.
It's such a unique boss. Like he has like the laser beam above his head, and then he has the bombs, but like no other boss has the same vibe as Porky.
Yeah.
Like they aren't as creepy as him, you know. I remember being like, "What the heck is this?" You know.
What is this thing? Yeah, exactly. No, Porky is something weird. He's just like this creepy, like the spider kind of movement to it and everything. It's like a really unique, interesting design for a boss.
And yet it managed to fit so well with Subspace, because Subspace has a lot of weird like original designs, and Porky just feels like he fit in so perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And then another boss. So I think this is Smash original. Gallium, is he? I forgot.
Yeah, Gallium and Duan are the 2 robots that were original.
Yeah, like Gallium has always been like a really weird boss to me. Like he's Duan, but we could get to Gallium is just really weird. Like I don't have a problem with him. It's just like it's a weird idea for a boss because like I can't even tell if I like I don't know what he is. He's just this purple mecha thing. There's like not much lore behind him or anything. Like he's just kind of there. So I feel like
I guess he's just a part of the subspace. I mean, I think that is the one problem with like, aside from Master Hand, a lot of the Smash original bosses, it's hard to like be attached or interested in them that much because it's just like, who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I feel you exactly.
Like I like to think that like, you know, he's probably like, you know, some important person in the subspace, but I did like that he could turn into a tank. I thought that was really cool. But like, exactly. I don't really have much like investment in the character.
Yeah,
but I will say that the fact that they did bring like a subspace boss back for Ultimate was very, very cool.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people wanted like a nod to subspace in some capacity again, you know.
Yeah, like it is that thing of like of all the bosses to bring back, I would have brought like Porky over Gallium. But it's still cool that, I mean, I guess they like him enough to have brought him back in there. Really cool stuff there. And then, of course, a character that is now playable, but back then was a dream. And it feels like that was ages ago that we were having discussions about Ridley being playable in Smash. But yeah, Ridley and Meta Ridley were a boss. And that boss is really cool in the fucking Brawl. Like, just when you're on that, like, moving stage.
The Meta Ridley one where he's, like, attached to the Blue Falcon is, like, the most unique boss in the game.
Yeah, it's so sick.
I genuinely believe that. I believe that boss fight is, like, unlike anything else.
Yeah,
and shows how crazy Smash can be. Because it's like, holy shit, you are playing as a different character fighting Ridley on on Captain Falcon's big ship, you know?
It's so cool. No, the Ridley fight is so sick.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that is amazing. I love that.
Now the boss itself is like I remember like having nightmares trying to beat it on intense, but holy shit, like yeah, it is crazy. I just remember like the attack where he slams into the ship and you just die instantly if you're not ready. I was like, what the fuck, you know?
It's fucking great. Yeah, I love that when he just slams into it, the ship like starts shaking and like everything. It's like that boss is just like menacing as shit. Like that's a boss like where you feel the pressure during the battle. It's just so cool. It's so fucking sick. Everything about it I love.
And then, you know, of course, Ridley itself was, he himself was like a boss separately, and that was also really cool. Everyone loves Ridley ever since Made Later, like, when he can be in the game.
Yeah.
I do think Ridley as a boss, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense a lot, but I'm glad that he's finally playable. You know, it's been so long overdue. And it's kind of cool that, like, you know, he has a lot of his iconic moves, you know, the grab slam where he, like, drags you across the floor, you know. Yeah,
no, Ridley is a demon, but you gotta love him. And then another one, we kind of touched on this. I don't think there's much to say about him, Duan. I even forgot Duan was in the game until we just had this discussion. Duan's cool. I mean, he's kind of got, like, this both-sided thing to him.
I always thought that it was supposed to be a reference to Palkia and Dialga. Like, the color scheme, right? Like, I genuinely thought that it was supposed to look like that and it was intentional. Right. But I don't know, you know?
Yeah, not really. Like, I'm looking at this. As mentioned, Duan has two different sides. One is bright blue, specialized in melee attacks, while the other is pink and possesses long-range attacks.
But, like, if you look at, like, the shapes of the head, like, the light blue side is, like, the sharper one, and, like, the pink side is more rounded, and it's sort of like, I don't know, I always thought it looked like Dialga and Palkia, you know?
Yeah, no, it'd be cool if Sakurai was like, yeah, it is based on them.
But, you know, it's just another one that it's like,
yeah, it's like, alright. Yeah, it's the robot thing.
I don't really, like, I barely remember much about Duan. I think they're probably the most obscure one in the grand scheme of things, you know?
Well, yeah, again, I think because Smash Ultimate is such, like, I mean, Smash in general, is just such a love letter to video games that when you get something that isn't Master Hand or Crazy Hand, you're just like, what is this? And it just feels really weird. And yeah, so of course, to end Brawl's legacy here, Taboo, right? Taboo, a very creepy character. Like
I think Taboo, you know, we were saying like it's like Smash original characters aside from Master Hand like are kind of forgettable, but I think Taboo, if you were to pick another character to represent Smash, like Taboo, I feel like is really iconic because I think his design is so cool.
Oh, it's sick.
The butterfly wings, like
it's so menacing.
Taboo is sick, like, and his attacks are so weird too.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, he's a weird boss. Like, I got another boss that I thought would come back. He's just so good. Like, he feels very angelic, right? Like, he feels like an anime boss, basically.
Yeah, an anime boss is right. Like, he's teleporting. He has all these forms and transformations.
He turns giant.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he didn't come back too. Like, he was a spirit, but I don't know. Like, I just think, you know, his theme was so sick too.
Oh, yeah.
Like his battle music, and then you know, of course, the most iconic thing about Taboo is how Sonic fucks him up.
I love that, bro. Like that was like the coolest thing of my childhood. When I just fucking see, I'm like watching this right now, and you see this man like rise his wings up, and you just see Sonic fucking spin dash through, and then his
like,
this is like
super
iconic.
Shoehorned in that Sonic shows up at the last.
Yeah,
second
I love that
shit.
shit.
Had nothing to do with anything. Yeah, but was it cool? Of course, you know.
So bad, and I love how he does like his iconic like no Sonic pose. It's so cool, man. It's just. Yeah, Taboo just has like a lot of memory again as the final boss of Brawl. Really cool, really angelic. Again, we don't really have that much info about him, but very creepy.
Yeah, because I don't really think Sakurai's ever like done an interview about like where a lot of Subspace's inspiration came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Taboo could have some like deeper meaning that we don't know about. You know.
Yeah, if you go watch what's it called, MatPat, he'll give you some crazy reason about how it's a fucking Sakurai soul being crushed through development or something.
Speaking of that, like I can't tell you how much like soul crushing. I can't tell you how many runs of like intense mode bosses and stuff like that. The attack with the
he has one shot kills.
3 like circles, like you better be good at your dodging, son. Like that's like you gotta learn today.
Yeah, that was bro. Yeah, back then those boss line intensity, some of them had like one shot moves. You'd be like, I don't know what to do here. It's really weird.
Yeah, like so many of those bosses had like one hit kill moves, and it was just like, oh my god, please, you know.
And then speaking of another weird boss, the only original boss from Smash 4, Master Core.
I hate with all my heart. I hate the swords and like the fucking dog.
Wait, is there even bosses in Smash 4 other than him?
The stage bosses, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah, I guess. But like, that's kind of sad, right? That there's no bosses.
They opted just to do like here's a ton of variations of the same boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of sad when you think about it. Again, like another thing about Smash 4 when you look back on like just the single player content in general, just really
the single player content was so lacking. Like Master Core, I think, was like a very good example.
Yeah.
Because it's like here's a big person of Master, like here's like the giant one, like a person, right?
So
and like here's a dog, here's some swords, here's a fortress,
like,
here's like
the idea,
I don't know.
The idea of Master Core is cool, like this giant, like just like it's creepy. It looks creepy as shit, like this dark matter that is like turning into different things.
The animation of it itself, yeah, like I think it's cool how it's like constantly shifting and it's like these weird bugs, you know, but I don't know, like here's the, like it just. I think what bothered me about Master Core the most was I felt like it had the most unfair attacks. Like I felt the attacks were very unfair.
Bullshit.
Like, they weren't telegraphed. They were hard to dodge. They came out too fast.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, that was like one thing. Like trying to get like trophies in the game, but like his attacks are horrible. Like he's just a horribly unbalanced boss. Like I don't think I've ever beaten Master Fortress. I can't. Like I don't understand what to do, bro. It's unbelievably difficult. Like it just makes zero sense in any case.
There's so much going on too.
Yeah.
It's like I know they added it specifically for Wii U, but it's like it only shows up on the highest difficulty anyway, and it's just like, oh my god, please just let me finish. Because you know, when you're on the higher difficulty, it's like you gotta fight all those forms back to back. It's like super unfun.
It's just So Master Core, we do not have good memories of you. Yeah, even it literally says it here. If not defeated quickly enough, it will unleash 5 waves, each powerful enough to cause a one-hit KO. So, yeah, not fun. But a boss that is recent that I really love, and I know I don't even say it's divisive. I just feel like people haven't been talking about it enough. Is Galeem and Darkon, right? I think this boss is fucking sick, to be honest. Like I think like just again, this has a very like angelic, dark presence. I fucking love. Again, we'll get into this when we get into the World of Light to conversation with the like. I love that one fight where they're both there and like they're fighting in the background sometimes and they're coming at each other. Like it's so fucking chaotic and twisted and such a cool. Like those two just feel like creepy. Like they have like a very dark like. Even that Galeem was
they
like...
feel like otherworldly, like, is this Smash still? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that sort of feel to them, you know? like, and we sort of got that with like Taboo, where it's like, this is really off the rails. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, this is so abstract, and I think that's cool. Like, I think you know, it's kind of poetic that like you have these abstract characters for Smash, because it's like there's no one way to like approach Smash. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like, yeah, the fight where they're like sort of fighting each other is like super
so
cool. I love
cool,
that,
man. It's so badass. Yeah. In general, just I love that like final climb that you do in Smash Ultimate. In general, how they fight. It's so cool. It's just so cool to have these two that are fighting. And yeah, it's like, oh yeah, there's also that thing like you could get like a bad ending if like you kill Galeem but leave Dark on. Like you'll just have that ending where everyone dies basically.
Yeah, that's like when you have to go through the final area, and if you make it one-sided, you get the bad ending.
Yeah, it's
right?
really funny and weird for Smash.
Yeah, that's
though,
super
like,
cool. Like, I like that they even thought of that. Like,
yeah,
I know, you know, we're gonna probably discuss in a separate episode about like World of Light and Subspace, like the comparing the two. But you know, a lot of people didn't finish World of Light. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
A lot of people
were
like it went on for too long. It overstayed its welcome, and like I totally get that. But I think honestly, it was like the first thing I completed when I got Smash, and I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Like I had a great time going through World of Light, and that boss fights like that and cutscenes like made it all worth it to me at least. You know?
Absolutely. No, he is really fucking cool. Yeah, it says here. Yeah, Darkon represents corruption, chaos, destruction. He warps the world to a twisted, chaotic mess, which is strong contrast to the organized, near-perfect fit world that Galeem creates. So, really creepy shit. Though they both die in the end, right? Is that the case?
Yeah, the good ending is that you get rid of both of them and everyone's restored.
There we go. Well, I guess fuck both of them. They're dead. And then, so we do have a lot of new original bosses in Smash Ultimate. So, first of all, Rathalos. I mean, original, I mean like new bosses. Rathalos came from Monster Hunter. Really, really cool boss. I love this boss. Again,
yeah, that was unexpected. I didn't think we'd ever have like a third-party boss. You know? What I mean?
That is the first one, right? It's so cool to have that, man. Like, because obviously Monster Hunter massive in Japan, and people have always thought, like, especially Capcom and Nintendo, they're like really buddy. So it's obviously cool to just see Rathalos, which is like the face of Monster Hunter, get representation in there. Like, he just looks really cool. The fight's really cool. He shoots the fireballs. I love that you can get him in an assist trophy. That is the funniest thing when you're playing a match and you just have Rathalos join your side. It's just the coolest thing.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, I that is the only time like where you've had like that level of power in an assist trophy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Imagine in Brawl if you like open an assist trophy and you just got like Taboo, you know? Like, it'd be crazy. Like, it's crazy that like, and you know what it also is like super cool about Rathalos is like people who play Monster Hunter know it's such an iconic like monster proceedings, and he does like a lot of the same stuff. Like, it's super cool.
Yeah,
it feels
really
like
cool.
You're actually like playing a bit of Monster Hunter in Smash, you know?
Yeah. No, I love that. I love it's just
and like the
boss.
fact that you like get items like the Deku nuts to stun him.
Yeah,
like,
really cool. Really cool little
like that's
touches.
such a cool reference.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I getting third-party bosses was one of the coolest things that Smash Ultimate has given us, because we also had like Dracula as the other third-party boss, and that's crazy. Like, the Dracula fight is crazy.
Yeah.
It's exactly like the Castlevania fight, like the OG one, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just all that stuff in general, man. It's really cool. All like, I just love the Rathalos fight in general. It's so, I'm happy it's there. I'm just happy it's there, man. And then we have also, wait, where's my let's go. Yeah, we have Dracula. I mean, Dracula, another really cool one. Like, we have literally the iconic face of Castlevania as a boss, and this is such a cool fight because obviously you have like because it's a variation on the Castlevania stage in the game. It's like a full screen, but it looks so fucking menacing and creepy. Like how he like has his head that separates, or he's moving swiftly.
Even like he throws the glass down, you know.
Oh yeah. Like
at the beginning, it's so cool. Like the fact that he has the two forms. Like, it's such a love letter to like the classic Castlevania, and the coolest thing is like, I think what makes it more special is that like Konami doesn't care anymore, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
So the fact that we even got something like this when Konami is how it is now, it's like, it's incredible, you know? It was such a pleasant surprise.
No, it really is cool just to have him in there again as like especially because you have two Castlevania characters in the game. Like, it's just cool to see now that like obviously like this is we live in it's a different time for Smash, but like I feel like if back then they added third-party bosses, like we could have had Eggman as a boss fight, like most likely, which would have been really cool.
Yeah, or fight like an actual Metal Gear. That could have been really
oh yeah,
cool
that's
too.
really sick. That is fucking cool. And then another one again, which is so sick, Ganon. Ganon having a fight with his N64 styled look and everything is fucking
his
amazing.
Beast form, yeah, his
beast
N64
form.
beast form.
Yeah, I love that. Again, in general, just I love Ganon in Smash Ultimate. Just how he has that look that I really think that is the look of Ganon that I really associate. Obviously, he has a different look every game, but if we're talking about like a cool design for a fighting game, that one is the best because he's just like super fit. You know, he's like doing crazy moves, and yeah, that boss fight is one of my favorites in the game, especially because like I wish this stage was playable, where it's just like it's on fire. It's like the flat field.
Yeah, it is such a cool background on that fight. I think that's the coolest boss stage.
I'd love that
Ultimate, like where it's just like these flaming ruins and he transforms. It's so cool.
Yeah. No,
in fact, you can only hit his tail, so it's like you gotta like use your movement to get around to the other side.
Yeah.
But I think the coolest thing about that fight for me at least is like, you know, we talked about Giga Bowser earlier, and Ganon Beast is sort of reserved for Final Smash only. It feels like so long overdue that the other like, you know, iconic Nintendo villain is like finally has his like Beast boss form. Like, you know, you finally get to go toe to toe with Beast Ganon after Giga Bowser all these years. You know?
And it's funny. Like I wonder I wonder if the reason they don't make the boss fight stages playable separately is because like they're just like a flat stage with nothing going on if there's no boss there. I wonder if it's something to do with that, because I guess like the Rathalos stage, like if there's no Rathalos, it's just like a flat green field with nothing going on. Maybe that's why.
Well, they don't really like add anything, because like it's just it would just be like Bridge of Elden, like it's just one big walk off.
But see, Bridge of Elden has stuff going on.
Maybe what they could have done is like maybe they could have made it like you know, like an alternate skin for Bridge of Elden. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but like I think the difference is like Bridge of Elden has some stuff going on. Like you have like the enemy, like the bridge breaks.
Like
the bridge breaking, the enemy running through. So I feel like maybe they don't want to because there's nothing going on in those stages. Maybe. And this one's one of my favorites as like a very big Kirby fan. Marks being in the game, so fucking cool. I would argue this is the creepiest boss in the game. Marks in general, just a very creepy Kirby boss, which it's always been funny about Kirby series, just that like it's such a sweet and wholesome game until you get to like the final boss every single time. Mark's so cool.
I think, you know, I don't disagree that like Marks is probably one of the more like iconic Kirby bosses, because, you know, he is so creepy.
Yeah.
He has like he has a creepy laugh, and it's like, what am I like? He's so weird.
His eyes are massive. Like, he's got like, I think it's like just like, I think because especially his base form is so like innocent, just him going into the psychotic like looking style is just the weirdest thing.
Yeah, like he I don't deny he's creepy. I mean, I think he looks creepier in Smash than he does in Kirby.
Yeah,
like, there's something about like his stage and the lighting where it's like super like dark and unsettling about him.
His stage is really fucked up. Like everything about him is just weird, dude.
I mean, as you said in the Kirby episode, like Sakurai is pretty heavily biased towards the older games.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been cool if we had Magolor as the boss fight, because I think Magolor is also equally as creepy as Marks.
Yeah.
And he's more recent. But I think the Marks fight was still a super cool addition that nobody expected.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody expected Marks at all, you know?
Yeah. No, Marks is just like really sick. And like again, I'm looking at his gameplay. Again, like the whole boss is so weird. Like he's got like these strings he shoots out everywhere. He does like these creepy teleporting moves. Everything about him is just like super unsettling.
Yeah, it's cool to see. Like, I do think what's cool about Marks is like, I don't think he's really been like in terms of being a boss. I don't think he's ever been in 3D before.
No, exactly. Yeah,
like, I don't think he's ever had like a 3D like model.
Yeah.
Like in terms of being like having a
because I know they made him playable in Star Allies at some point.
It's super cool to see like how they converted his animations and attacks from the sprites directly into Smash, you know?
Yeah, because again, he's in Star Allies just in his regular form, but not like this, which is really cool. But yeah, so
yeah, he's playable in Star Allies, but like it's his gesture form, and some of his attacks transform him, but like he's not like you don't fight him, you know.
Right, yeah. So that's it for like the mainline bosses. Now there are some other like mini / like stage boss. So there's like Giant Donkey Kong, Metal Mario, which is like a boss.
Oh yeah, Metal Mario. I guess
funny.
It's technically a boss.
Yeah, yeah.
I always liked the fighting them. Like I like the melee where you would fight Metal Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
If you were like got through it fast enough, you know.
Yeah, because these are just more the using properties of the game in like permanent form, like Giant Bowser, which is just like Bowser with like a mushroom.
Big Kirby.
Yeah, you big Kirby.
I like big Kirby.
Kirby's hilarious. I love Big Kirby. He just stands there.
He just drops in and he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
He's so funny.
How you doing? I love that. I love that.
It.
And then
yeah,
we have the I don't know. I don't really count these, but the stage bosses in Smash 4. Cool idea, awful execution.
Awful, yeah.
They are just annoying. I hate them.
There's nothing
and
fun
it sucks
about
because Metal Face is super fucking cool, and it's just like I don't want to deal with Metal Face.
I know. Yeah, I was playing with friends, and we just got to the what's it called? We were doing random stages, and we got to that like Shulk stage, and I was like, oh god, not this fucking Metal Face, and he's just like being annoying. Obviously, iconically. I mean, just like in Mega Man, Yellow Devil is annoying as shit. I hate Yellow Devil.
It doesn't add anything to the stage. It's just annoying.
I mean, I guess again,
the Dark
it's
Emperor,
accurate.
the weird Find Me Plaza thing, doesn't add anything.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
the
really
Dark
annoying.
Emperor.
Like I said, the only one that I think works is Metal Face, because I think it's cool that he talks to you. I think it's cool that he does a bunch of different things, and I think the stage is big enough,
right,
for him in mind. You know.
And at least like he's talking and saying some funny like things in his voice and everything. Ridley's kind of funny because like you'd always have a friend that like goes after him to get him to attack you, but he's like he can be annoying. He's definitely annoying.
But I mean, yeah. I'm not a big fan of stage bosses.
No,
I
I'm
think
not.
they're just like
get
them out.
There's also in Melee there's Dark Link. He's just like literally Link, but just like no textures, no nothing. It's literally just like a dark thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that was in I think an event battle, and yeah, it was really cool. That
really creepy.
Like I always like the event mode, like bosses and battles stuff. You know.
Yeah. There's that. There's also the fighting Aloy team, which is like those creepy, weird shaped things that you would fight. Like they were the wireframe enemies, like the successors to them. Those are really weird to fight in. I think it's like the Smash 100-man Smash, where you just fight like 100 of those things and you're just bashing them. Really weird enemies. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the bosses in the game. So overall, like, which would you say are like your top 3 favorite bosses in the Smash
My top
series?
3 favorite bosses. I definitely gotta put. I like a lot of. I would say Meta Ridley. I think that boss is super cool, super unique. Like it really represents Smash like super well. I would also throw in Rayquaza because I that was like a big one for me as a kid.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that. And then definitely for Smash Ultimate, oh god, there's so many good bosses in Smash Ultimate. I'm gonna have to go with Dracula because I think like not only is it third party, but like it came at a time where it's like Konami doesn't really reference it, so Sakurai's like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, I'd say my top 3 would be like Master Hand, Crazy Hand, Marks because I really love Kirby, and I'll give it to Rayquaza. Rayquaza is really sick. Those would be my favorite. Yeah, in general, it's again, we've said this really cool that just this series has that. What do you think are bosses from other franchises that could have been in the game that we did not see?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, obviously someone from Sonic. I feel like even if you don't want to go the Eggman route, Sonic has had like so many other crazy like boss characters.
Yeah.
Like, you could have had a deadly, like I know people are sick of them, but you could have had a deadly 6 fight. I would have been okay with that.
Yeah, I would have taken something in there for Sonic. I would have really loved. I'm trying to just look at a Nintendo franchise here. Just
and also fighting some form of Metal Gear, like instead of
Metal Gear.
Imagine Gallium was a Metal Gear, not just like a random robot.
Oh yeah,
dude, you know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Even like Fire Emblem, could have had like a really cool, for how many characters there are in the game. You'd think there would be some kind of like big Fire Emblem kind of boss.
Oh man, imagine fighting Grima. Like you fight like a Dark Robin, and then like the second form is they go into Grima.
Absolutely.
That'd be so sick. Yeah, that'd be rad. I didn't even think about that. That'd be rad as hell.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Oh, even, I mean, obviously, a Kid Icarus boss, whether it's like Hades or like Medusa, a Kid Icarus boss would have been incredible. Because I feel like with Smash 4 they could have, and in Smash Ultimate they could have, but they didn't. But I would have died for that. That would have been like
Hades. That would have been super cool too.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm kind of surprised because like we know Sakurai has like a very big like bias towards Kid Icarus.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm kind of surprised it didn't happen.
Even like a boss from like Mario and Luigi would have been cool, right? Because like that series is like really beloved, has a lot of bosses.
Like, man, imagine like you know, like having a Dark Bowser fight like from Inside Story or something like that, you know?
Yeah, something.
Or Cackletta? Oh man, Cackletta would have been so cool.
Honestly, I agree. Even what's it called? I mean, I guess we can't because Bowser Jr. is playable. I would have said like it would have been a cool Yoshi's Island reference to have like the giant Bowser Jr. Fight. What other one would be really? I mean, a Pikmin boss would be really cool. Because obviously, like, even though there's one character, like, Pikmin does have, like, a lot of big, intimidating enemies that you fight. So that could have been, like, a really cool boss in there. What else is there? I think those are, like, the main... I mean, I guess Punch-Out could have had, like, not Mike Tyson, but, like, someone else, like, Knuckle Joe or something.
Mr.
As, like, a
Sandman could have been, like, a fighter in a boxing ring one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential for cool bosses.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely agree that like now that like a Fire Emblem one I think is actually kind of one that I would have been super into
really
if they added it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like the last thing I'll say too is like the one thing I wish like Smash Ultimate had done, and maybe they will, but I doubt it ever since they added what's it called? The sandbag punching mode, and then they said there wouldn't be really any modes coming.
Oh yeah, the home run contest.
Yeah, home run contest. I always wanted like a boss rush, like where they like here's a boss rush mode, like an official one, and we're also adding in a few new bosses from like the older games. Like I would have loved it, like to just cap off the series if Ultimate is the last one of how we know Smash to be. It would have been just really cool in general to have like a, hey, here's most of the old bosses and here's an actual like boss rush mode that you could play with all the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely want a boss rush mode. I definitely agree. That was one of my, like, I spent so much time doing that in Brawl.
Yeah.
Because it was so much fun. Just a single player battles, like, in terms of content.
Right.
And, a boss rush, but I also like. I also wonder if the reason they haven't done a boss rush mode is because they added some of those bosses to like the last fight in classic mode for some characters.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, not just that. But, like, they need more because like you can't really have a boss rush mode with just Marks, Ganon, Dracula, Rathalos, Giga Bowser, and then
Darkon. Yeah.
Like you need like more, and that's something like I would have loved if they were like, "Fuck it, we're bringing back Rayquaza, we're bringing back Porky Elite." Like if they brought back like Petey, Rayquaza, Porky, it'd be perfect. Because then we could have Giga Bowser and we'd have Master and most of the gang is here, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely want, I know it's a lot of extra work, but I definitely would love to have all the bosses back in some capacity as a final send-off.
Yeah, exactly. And again, not really bosses, but we talked about it before with the classic mode of just, it's really cool. Like they can end with a technically boss fight of just a character in the game, depending on which path you choose in there. But yeah, so I think that's mostly it for bosses. We actually went on longer than I thought with it, but again, obviously a lot of stuff to talk about there. So yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. Remember, let us know in the chat who your favorite bosses in the franchises are, and of course we'll check them out, and of course we'll see you all next time. So thank you all for watching. You can catch Ultima at Ultima Shadow X. You can catch me on the download though. You can subscribe here for more. You can subscribe on Twitch, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out.
Peace.